Hi, I'm Victoria-Gorman.
And I'm Lindsay O'Neill.
And we are
The Healthy Dish. You can follow us online at
Instagram, Victoria's_dish.
And I'm at Lindsay O'Neill on Instagram.
And we also have the at healthydish.tv.
That's right, which is also our website. So we're going to get cooking today.
Today we are making a healthy Hamptons breakfast. These are things you can find all over the Hamptons, probably where you are too, but we're going to show you how to make some really delicious things, super easy and packed full of healthy ingredients.
Well, because you know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yes.
That's right. Jinx. All right, so when I like to get my morning started, what do we need first? I'm a little dragon.
Coffee. We need
dragon,
some coffee.
Dragon boonded today. But whenever you are getting coffee, I like to get the whole beans and then use a coffee grinder to grind it up myself. I use Purity Coffee, which is an organic, sustainably sourced coffee bean. And it doesn't have any mold, it's not cracked, it's beautiful, beautiful hand-selected coffee. You can check them out on Purity Coffee. But basically I have it ground up in here in a French press, and I love making French press because it almost has like a natural foam to it. So it doesn't even really need milk. But if you're a milk lover, I would recommend going with something that is non-dairy milk. There's a lot of options these days. There's obviously oat milk, which has a little bit more from a calories perspective and a sugar perspective, but is really thick and probably mimics regular cow's milk just as much as you can with a non-dairy milk. And then you've got almond milk and coconut milk and cashew milk,
Yep.
and I mean, there's a million milks.
I think you can milk everything. So I'm very intrigued by this.
I know.
You
So
know.
Vicky
Yeah.
doesn't know how to make French press. She's never made it before. It's super easy. So you put the coffee beans ground up in the bottom.
I grind my own beans, but I don't use a French press. So
one of the first
my
mistakes,
full attention.
Yeah. One of the mistakes that I did make though early on is I forgot to put the slotted part over by the spout, and it was coming out the side. So you want to make sure you do that. So you just kind of let it sit for like a minute. You just chit chat with your girlfriend or whoever you're making breakfast for, hanging out in the kitchen.
I like strong coffee.
And then this is all you do, Vic. Just press it down just like that. And so all of that coffee.
That fast?
That's it. And look how dark and lovely that is.
Really? Oh, yes. I thought it was going to have to sit for a while.
No, that's it. I mean, you can have it sit depending on how strong you like your coffee.
So if you were going to let it sit to make it stronger, would you let it sit with it up, or would you push
you
it
let
down?
You let it sit with it up, and then when you're ready to pour it, that's when you press it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so look, doesn't it look like it kind of has some frothy stuff to it?
It smells delicious.
Cool. It's really, really good coffee.
Well, cheers.
Don't burn your mouth, but cheers. So good. Okay. So while we're drinking our coffee, you're going to make a farm stand frittata.
Yes, I am.
I'm so excited for this because I'm not a big frittata omelet maker. I tend to like I
will make a frittata or an omelet out of really anything. I like whole egg. I like egg whites. I will do with meat, without meat. But today we're going really healthy.
Okay.
We have some fresh spinach. We have some peppers. We have some yellow, some red, and sweet onion.
Awesome.
So I'm going to start that out first.
Okay. Let me get this hot pot out of the way so we don't burn ourselves.
Yes, let's do that.
Safety first, people.
So
Safety first.
Everything we have here is packed full of vitamins. Peppers and onions have virtually no calories at all and are full of vitamins and minerals. So you can have peppers and onions really with any meal at all. And they're a great way to sneak in the vitamin C and loads of other vitamins, but that really has no caloric intake whatsoever.
And with onions too, you're getting that the cancer-fighting enzyme.
Right.
No, it's escaping my brain.
Yeah.
And I love onions and everything, especially Vidalia onions, because they're so sweet.
They're very
so
sweet.
mild.
And once you get a little caramelization on them. Now this isn't the best chop because it was an oddly shaped to start with, so not my best work. But it doesn't matter because you want to have fun with it, and you just want to get your veggies in.
So one thing I like to do when I'm caramelizing my onions, I don't know if you do this too, but I put some salt in it.
Salt
Is that cool?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But I thought you were supposed to wait to the end to get the salt because that will draw the water, correct?
Which it
Doesn't
does, but it helps it caramelize a little bit faster because it's taken some of the.
Now,
The
old
water out.
school would be to put a little sugar in.
Oh, but we're not
We're
adding
not doing
sugar
that. No,
to a
you don't
healthy
need to.
omelet.
You just need to. But when you are really trying to get a good, brown on some onions and you can't, because sometimes they just won't do it, you can add
Yeah.
just a little sprinkle of sugar.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit too.
Yeah.
So we have the pan is nice and warm. It's probably a medium to high heat. And then I have the oven going at about 375. You don't want the oven too low. And then at the end of cooking this frittata that we're gonna kind of put in this Pyrex dish over here, you can actually kick the oven up to a broil so that you get the center nice and poofy with the eggs, which is
I just
really
want to
cool.
just point out quickly, I'm showing, I cut these into strips, and then I'm turning them sideways, and then if you go on an angle, you get little squares. So that way things are kind of uniform, and then when they show up in the egg, it looks like little confetti.
Oh, that's cute.
So
My kids would like that.
it's pretty.
Confetti everything.
Well,
Well, and it's you.
you want it to, I always want it to look pretty.
Looking pretty is important.
Yeah.
Because we eat with our eyes first, and because
It's
you
true.
can't smell, there's no
I
smell-o-vision.
always want it to look nice.
Do you want to do the rest of the onion?
Do you want, I don't know how
Yeah,
much we want
I
to
like
do in
onion.
there. Alrighty,
And things tend to shrink in the pan, too.
that's true.
I know a couple people that throw themselves in the pan trying to get themselves to shrink, but
That would be easy, right?
wouldn't that be nice? So when, are you going to chop up the spinach and put it in here, too, to get it?
I wasn't gonna chop it, I was gonna just wilt it. Do you think we should chop it, or
No, I think you
rip
just wilt it. Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
perfect.
we need to.
Do you want me to crack some eggs for you?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right.
Started on that.
Okay, so how many eggs do we need, do you think? 6, 7,
I would
8?
think at least 6 for that.
Okay, so let's see how many we can
Yeah,
get.
see what it looks like. I'm gonna hit this with a little sprinkle of cracked pepper too.
Okay, cool.
Get a little, because you always want to, and you want to continue to season as you go along with every step. You don't want to over salt, but you want to make sure, that sounds good. You want to make sure that
delicious.
you adjust your seasoning as you add ingredients with everything you make.
I like to crack eggs, and then do you just use a fork to whisk it up?
I'll
or-
whisk it up if you want.
All right, perfect. Do you put anything in it, like any?
I mean, we could put
Salt
a
and
little,
pepper?
sometimes I will put little milk or cream, but yeah, I definitely put some salt and pepper in there.
Okay. I'm doing 8 eggs because these are kind of small.
Yeah, they do seem small.
Yeah, actually, I might use more. Why not? If we've got them, let's
Now,
use
see,
them.
I would take the stalks off of this.
These are farm fresh eggs, right?
Yes, well, that is the beautiful thing where we live out here. We pass.
Farms everywhere.
We pass, we always stop on the way. We live about half an hour from here, and we get
It takes about an hour and change though.
Yes, everybody's out here. So I'm just taking off these. You don't have to, because of course it's all roughage. It's good for you, but again, they're not pretty, and they can be a little chewy. Is
The stems?
the stems, yeah. But that is a new rage as well. with
What?
this stems and stalks.
Stems and stalks. Well, my kids don't eat the whole broccoli.
I love the stalks as broccoli.
I like the stalks,
That's
and
my-
then I throw them into soups. You can chop them up, and it's almost like having celery.
Marcelle and I split the difference on that. She
Yeah.
eats the crown, and I eat the
Oh, perfect.
stalk. Yeah,
I just need to borrow your daughter.
gotta find your people.
Yeah.
I'll
All right,
trade
so
you
I'm
there.
going to do
Yep.
this.
All right, so
We're whisking it up.
I'm gonna put a little sprinkle of pepper, a little bit of
Toss
salt.
this in the garbage.
So you just want to use your wrist and get in there and puncture the yolk.
Yummy. This smells so good. I love how pretty it is too, so many different colors. We were talking about the different vitamin content of spinach before too. Spinach is such a great superfood, and it's got all of the same vitamins and nutrients that something like a kale has, but kale has this fibrous, almost like a skin on it that you really have to work hard to break down, either by juicing it or really cooking the heck out of it. And with spinach, you can actually just use it raw or eat it raw as a salad without having to like massage it and tenderize it. And it's a little bit less of an intensive dark leafy green, which is really good for your gut microbiome. It's got good vitamins in it, B vitamins, which are essential for energy, because if you're making this for breakfast, you can also make this for dinner.
Right, this is great. For dinner, you can have this with a side salad and a glass of wine, and it's amazing. All right, so one quick thing.
So I'm going to put this in the pan?
Throw that in there, and I'm just going to quickly grab, I like my flat leaf parsley.
Yes, you do.
Yep. I thought we were going to mix it, no?
I pour the eggs in after,
You're gonna put it
usually.
after? Okay.
Yeah. Just so I can get it even, or else sometimes all the stuff goes into one side.
The ideal thing to do would be to use a frying pan that could go in the oven.
Yep.
That
we
would be
We don't want to
the
melt
home
the
run.
handle.
But we did not. Let me just sneak around you
Yeah,
here.
sure.
Here, I'll trade you.
Okay.
And just pop the oven in. Just pop the pan in the oven. That's the key thing. But so since we did not have that pan, we went with Plan B. So I just rubbed, just very gingerly, a little bit of olive oil around the brim of this Pyrex dish, so that it, the little fresh flat leaf parsley really brightens it up.
That's so nice. And
makes
it's
it
good
nice and
flavor
fresh.
too.
Yeah.
So look at that. So then we made the
Perfect.
perfect amount.
And
So what I kind of like to do is just
Peek it
move it around so that you're not like, you don't just have eggs at the top.
Yeah, I like equal distribution. I don't want to get like cheated out of my bite.
You're so generous. So generous.
All right, if you want to open the oven, I will pop
Yes,
that
ma'am.
in. Just gonna clean that off. Ooh, that's a test.
Don't fall. Don't fall.
All right.
All right, put it
Good
right
thing I
in.
didn't drink that coffee yet.
It'd be shaken. All right, so we're gonna pop
Okay.
that right in the middle, and then by the time we're done making the rest of our breakfast, we should have a beautiful frittata-like, almost like a quiche, a little
Yeah.
bit too, but
Super easy. And now that you can mix any, whatever you can imagine in that. So any ingredients you have around, you can use sausage, peppers, and onions. You could do turkey and spinach and egg whites. You can really use any ingredients that you come up with, and that's when you can make it into a dinner type of thing too.
Yeah.
You can bacon is always good.
Bacon and
Yeah,
cheddar.
you add some cheese in there,
yeah.
and then it really becomes a hearty meal when you get into the colder weather. So
it's true. And my
That's
kids
nice.
love to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
We actually had this debate this morning because we had two breakfasts, one for early breakfast and one for later breakfast, which I thought was lunch, but I'm just going to borrow that spinach from you
Okay,
because
yes.
real quick, another thing I like to make
So-
before I get the rest of my breakfast started, is I like to make a smoothie.
I thought, I didn't know if we were starting with smoothie or.
Yes, we're going to start with a smoothie.
So I would have this maybe before or maybe on the way to the gym, I would have maybe a light smoothie.
This is not going to fit. I'm going to do this here.
If it was light, like if it's something that's not too heavy, like I would drink a smoothie and then I would have on the way, when I got home, I would have the frittata.
Oh,
for my
that's a good
second
idea.
breakfast.
It's a good way to just kind of get your metabolism going in
Yeah.
the morning too. So one thing that people tend to do, and they don't like to eat heavy in the morning, it's because they don't want all of those calories first thing in the morning.
But it's so smart to front load your calories at the beginning of the day
Right.
and to have a later meal. That's
Exactly.
like the most important thing. If you want to give me the avocado, I can get that for you.
Thank you, darling. Okay, here's my
you.
knife. That is a large avocado, so I think we only need one. So I like to do different types of smoothies, but this is by far my favorite. It has so many rich nutrients, vitamins. It's got omegas from the avocado. It has a little bit of sugar, but it's natural sugar from the coconut water. And then we've got some vegan vanilla protein powder that is also, it's sugar and stevia free. It's sweetened with a little bit of monk fruit, which is the best sweetener you
Really?
can use. And then how I keep it green, because this is a green sunshine smoothie, we like to call it, is the avocado is obviously green, the spinach that's going to go into it is green, and then to keep the avocado from turning brown, I hit it with a little bit of lemon, and it's like almost like a cocktail that you would get in, somewhere down in the Caribbean.
I've been to quite a few events where they make smoothie cocktails. I'm not sure I'm ready to mix the two. Yeah.
So we're gonna take some pineapple. This is just an organic pineapple that I took all the skin off of, and I chunked it up and I put it in the freezer because with a smoothie, you want it to be cold, and you don't wanna have to add too much ice to your smoothie. All right, so I'm putting that's about a cup and a half of frozen pineapple in there. I'm literally gonna put the entire avocado. Let me get my spoon. And what I love about avocado is that it not only helps to add nutrition, but it's also adding like a nice creamy texture to it as well.
How much lime do you want?
I want the whole lime.
The whole lime.
She's gonna rub it out because that's the best way to get all of the juices out of a lime. And so this smoothie will give you energy. It will make your hair shiny. It'll make your skin glow.
Your nails.
It's
right?
gonna make your nails hard. So I'm just literally taking some farm fresh spinach, just pop it in there. I'm gonna take my lime, I'm gonna pop that in the sink. Okay, so the whole lime, the juice of the whole lime is gonna go in here, and this is gonna be enough smoothie for me and Vicky. So if you wanted to make a double batch, if you wanna make half a batch, just use probably like a half of a handful of spinach, use a half of an avocado, use 3/4 of a cup of pineapple. But these are also going to stay in your fridge, so once you make them, you can actually keep them in your fridge for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, because
and
of
they
the
don't
lime.
turn
The lime will
brown.
keep it. This is
Exactly.
a great way to sneak vegetables into your kids'
My
diet.
kids love this. This is their favorite.
Kids always are asking to be taken for a green smoothie. So
That's
you
true.
can make them at home and be a rock star and be sneaking all this good stuff into your kids' diet.
true. So true. All right, so then we're just gonna put enough liquid in here to kind of cover it up to about 3/4. And you can use however much you want. Try it out, see what works for you. Some people like their smoothies a little thicker, where you can eat them with a spoon. Some people like them
Yeah, I do.
where you can, all right,
Be a power.
am I doing this wrong?
I don't think I don't see power.
Okay, hold on, let's unplug it. Plug it back in. No?
Right, yeah, it's lit up. Hang on.
There we go.
Woo! I told you, you gotta. I don't know.
Thank God you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. And we have our cups.
So we could go full. Do you want to go faster?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. All right, let's go a little faster.
Just hold it down.
There we
Yeah.
go. That's perfect.
You want it to get smooth. The last thing you want is the green in your teeth.
All right, and that is it. And now you have a meal, essentially, in a smoothie with so many vitamins and nutrients. Pineapple, which does have some natural sugar in it, also is very high in vitamin C and fiber. The main deal that you want with breakfast to really get your day going is you want to have fiber and protein, fiber and protein, fiber and protein. Just like make that your mantra all the time. Fiber,
Oh my God,
protein,
it
fiber,
smells so
protein.
good.
Okay, here, take a
Thank
sip.
you. Cheers.
Cheers. It's delicious, isn't it?
So good.
So good. It's all of my clients, all of my wellness coaching clients, it's their favorite smoothie. You can
delicious.
literally drink that every day.
That powder's tasty. What is that again?
It's a vanilla protein powder. It's actually called Love and Peas because it's a pea protein.
That's so good.
Instead of Love and Peace. It's very cute. But it's my favorite, and I get the sugar and the stevia-free one so that we're staying healthy. Okay, so now, did you check on the omelet?
I did. It's not like, well, we have time, but yeah, it's setting.
Okay, cool. So we'll check on it again in a little bit, but essentially my other favorite thing to make, and this is
Which
like
is
when,
this is all the rage.
this is
Like,
all the rage,
yes.
making overnight oats. So everybody and their mother on TV has made overnight oats in some form or fashion, and there's a reason for that. The reason is because it's really good for you. It's also super easy to make, and I make a bunch of them, and then I just put them in my fridge.
It'll be about $20, I think.
I know, yeah, I know. If you go to a store and you buy oatmeal already pre-made in a jar, like I went to Juice Press the other day and I got their chia pudding. It was like this big, and it was $7. But it's delicious, and it's
very good for you.
it's jam-packed with lots of good stuff. So we're going to make 2 different types of overnight oats. So figs are in season right now, so I bought these beautiful figs and these beautiful farm fresh raspberries.
See, another find on our way here.
I know. And so I'm going to chop up the figs. We're going to do one of them with figs and walnuts and cinnamon. It's perfect for the fall. A little touch of honey. And then we're going to do another one that has some organic plain yogurt with some raspberries, again with some cinnamon and some honey. And you're just going to kind of layer them in here. So Vicki, if you want to chop up some of these figs for me.
Sure. You want to chop, chop them?
Yeah, so I was thinking like maybe like a, kind of a roughish chop like this.
Got it.
Yeah, so that you get a nice amount in every bite. So let's just say I'm going to take
This or a bit smaller?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. So for the raspberry one, I'm going to
beautiful.
take a little bit of oatmeal. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of the cinnamon in there, some of the organic Greek yogurt that's unsweetened, because it doesn't really need it. If you're putting honey in it, you really don't even need extra like sugar and all the other stuff.
Well, all these yummy fruit.
Yes, and
These are
raspberries
gorgeous.
are very high in vitamin D and in fiber also. All right, so I have my first layer, which is the oats, then I have the yogurt, and some cinnamon.
I have to show these, how beautiful these are.
Aren't those gorgeous figs?
What's your favorite thing to eat with a fig?
I like salads, fig salads.
Prosciutto.
Oh, I know. That's the Italian in you, Vic.
Yep.
And then, so we're just gonna keep on going with the same layers. So we've got a little bit more oats, a little bit more cinnamon, some more raspberries. Now these oats are not quick oats, they're organic, regular oats. They're not steel cut either. The steel cut's kind of too small and they don't really plump up overnight. So I like to use just kind of regular, cooking oats because they don't get as mushy as the quick oats do. But definitely keep your oats organic if you can. It's better that way.
Oh, we're starting to puff
How are we
up
doing?
nice.
Should we put it on broil?
It's starting to puff up a little bit.
But do we need to get the middle going? All right, and then what I'm gonna do here is add a little bit more oats, a little bit more cinnamon, and a little bit more raspberry. And then, if you could grab me that coconut water. Thank you, love. I mean, coconut milk, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I was thinking milk, and I said water. All right, so here we go. So we're just gonna add some coconut milk in here, which you can see. I'm just adding it up to the top. And then here's the cool part. It kind of goes down through all of the oats, and what it's gonna do,
crannies.
it's essentially gonna like cook it
That's how it puffs up.
in the fridge. And so I make like 5 of these, and this is so filling. If you
It
eat
is.
this whole thing.
It does. My sister turned me on to this, and it really does. It's very satisfying. It's very comforting.
pretty one.
It's like comfort food.
It is.
It's like a hug.
It
and I'm
is.
not.
It's almost like dessert.
It is. And I'm not a huge oatmeal person, but it's. You can put the boiler on.
Yeah.
All right. It was starting to bubble a little on the sides, but it's one of those things that's going to get you through
The whole day.
The whole day.
The whole day.
Where you're not going to snack and you don't need added sugars and.
No, you need
These are
nothing.
healthy things. These are all things that are good for you, that will power you through your day. And
Yeah.
did we mention vitamin K yet?
Oh, we didn't talk about vitamin K. So vitamin D is like the VIP, right? You need to get the VIP safely to the destination. Vitamin K is kind of like the driver. It's the vitamin that helps vitamin D get to where it needs to
You
be.
can't take a supplement for vitamin K. There's
There's K1. So whenever you get a D supplement, you want to make sure there's K1 or K2 in the Was there a movie, K2? There was. It was like a action movie or something like that. So yeah, so that's how you can remember it. Look for K2, vitamin D with K2.
So K is in the spinach, it's in the figs.
Oh, yeah.
We hit a lot of K today.
We had a lot of K.
It's the word. It's like the letter of the day on
Yes.
Sesame Street. But it's very good for you. And
actually, it's in walnuts too. It's in a
see,
lot of good,
we hit a lot of notes today.
we do dry roasted, no salt, walnuts.
The cinnamon smells
figs.
so good.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And then this is just going to be like,
I'll cut these.
this is literally going to be heaven when we eat this tomorrow. All right, and then I'm going to put some more honey in. Come here, you. This honey is local honey, which is also really good for allergies. My allergies are worse in the fall than they are in the spring, and I've been dying a little bit.
The two of us have been.
Ugh, I've been sniffling.
Well, because we lost a lot of leaves off the trees already.
We did with the hurricane and the winds and stuff.
So that's what it is. It's the wet leaves that are laying around.
All right, so here, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the milk.
I just put the cap on.
That's okay. And then so now I have 2 different types of overnight oats that I can enjoy over the next week, and sometimes I don't even
What else would
heat them up.
would you add into this? Like what other combinations have you made with the oats?
So I do everything from blueberries and peaches. I do, sometimes I'll even do just nuts and apples.
I got it plain at the, like,
You could
my
just
kids got
do- you
bagels,
could do
I
a
got
little
the
bit of-
plain. I mean, it really had nothing and it was good.
Yeah, and you can get vanilla almond milk, which is really delicious and it has lower sugar. Coconut milk typically has the lowest sugar, especially if it's unsweetened.
That's my favorite.
All right, so let's grab our frittata.
Righty.
And then we are done.
Woo.
We've made 3 breakfast treats. Look at that.
Righty. Well, we could use another minute, but
Here we go.
we had all the breakfast of the Hamptons, all the farm richness.
That looks beautiful.
It
And
does.
with a little extra parsley on top. Serve that up, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Thanks for joining
Thanks for joining us.
for the Healthy Dish. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Victoria.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Some coffee.
Smells good.
It does. Cheers. Cheers.